And when it comes to like having these off moments, it is the ability to be with it without the labeling and without the judgment of it that allows it to just be. And I think a lot of people are drawn to the workings of like raising your vibration and like manifesting and attracting your desires, which is beautiful. Like that is such a beautiful part of this path, and it's something that I really stand behind, that we're meant to all learn those powers of how to really magnetize those timelines towards us. But you cannot do that without understanding the other end of the spectrum, without understanding how to actually be with the other end of feeling, the quote unquote lower. And I know it can be controversial to talk about vibrations and feelings from a sense of like lower and higher, but I see it as like the way you would describe hot water and cold water. Like it exists, it's there, but one is not better or worse than the other. They just are. And obviously we have a preference of what feels good to us. Like you get in the shower and you turn on the water, and obviously you're not going to take a fucking steaming hot shower and come out all burnt and be like, what the fuck was that? You have a preference.
I personally like to burn myself in the shower.
I actually do too. The times that like Peter and I will shower together, he's like, what the fuck are you doing? Turn that down.
I think all girls do that. They like literally want to melt in the shower. I'm like, I don't know what it is. It just anyway.
Oh yeah, I put it on the hottest it can go. But same with emotions. Like there are I know it's like controversial to say negative and positive, but they just are. Like there are emotions that you are vibrating at a lower frequency, a lower vibration, and to be with that and to understand how to actually be present with that without labeling it as good or bad, and it just is, and to be that vessel that can hold that energy without attaching to those stories and becoming the energy itself is such a powerful practice. And then I think this is the thing that has allowed me to, as an emotional with my human design, like I'm always having these ups and downs. And in the past, like going through a down, I've talked about this before, but it would last like months, and I would just go into these cycles of self-sabotaging because I'm like, oh, I feel shitty, like, and then I would just go into this whole world of I feel shitty and do all the things that support me feeling shitty and that make me feel more shitty. But now when I'm experiencing, let's say like I just was with family for a week and maybe I wasn't working in my regular routine and we weren't on our weekly calls, so we weren't tapped into that energy, and I started to pick up energy from other people. I'm very proud of myself because I definitely was not triggered at all the whole week and maintained my peace and my happiness and just presence with my own energy. But then there were parts of me that started to feel a little bit disconnected to like my true, like highest self. And then I realized you're never disconnected from your highest self. You only feel disconnected when you're identifying with the passing experience of feeling off. And you can be a big enough being to feel off and still remember that you are the one observing the energy of offness, and you are the one holding that energy, and you can be a big enough being to be with that frequency and with that vibration and to maintain that connection to who it is you truly are. And that's what I felt really inspired to talk about when I was voice noting you, because in the past it would be me identifying with all these stories and making me feeling off mean something about me. And I know I talk about this so often, but I swear, like, if you can really just let that land, it has such power to change the way that you respond to feeling off. Don't make feeling off mean something about you. Don't make feeling an emotion mean something about you. It's like if the earth were to say every time it rained and there was a thunderstorm, like that we're this weak, powerless thing. No, it's still like Mother Gaia. It still remains as this like powerful, beautiful consciousness, and the weather is just a passing experience. And understanding that and really feeling into that when you were like, this is the practice. It's easy to read that when you're in a high vibe and be like, yeah, oh my God, like observe your emotions, don't drown in them, don't identify with them. But when you are in the midst of feeling off, like that is where you get to freaking test yourself. Like how present and accepting and non-judgmental can you be of that experience? And you will see as you practice that, your tendency and the way that you respond to those emotions is going to continuously evolve. And what maybe took you 6 months to get back into quote unquote alignment takes you a week or maybe a day.
Yeah.
I'm working my way up.
The timeline is shortening. Yeah. I think what's kind of interesting is it's like, I agree. I think with the whole idea of negative versus positive emotions, or even just, let's say, good versus bad, is like 100% there's this idea of there's a either a spectrum or duality, or like there are things that in the human experience cause discomfort or literally cause harm, etc.